we're just making here. I've got a large battle, almost 10,000 troops in total. Here we're attacking Athens on the field. Two armies. And Athens has the brave companions you see here, plus a garrison army and another forcing army. I've got these Molossan war dogs here that are quite good. I use them first in the battle. Other than that, the troops are fairly basic. No rank for these troops here. Not very much missile fire here.
Sorted!
So here's the army that you just saw. I'm starting off. Here's my reinforcement army coming up, which is a lot of legionaries. So let's have a look. Veteran legionaries, principes. You can see they're quite high ranked, these guys actually. Principes. So that's a large infantry force. On the other side, thorax swordsmen, militia hoplites, militia hoplites, thorax swordsmen, picked hoplites. There's some citizen cav coming out there, and further back, pikemen, thorax hoplites, thorax spears, cav. Even the mob has come out. Hoplites, thorax spears. So this is a fairly large field battle. All these pikemen here lining up. Hoplites doing the cat out. The AI is essentially fielding as one very large formation, one army. Everything you can see, it's all lined up perfectly for my attack. General strategy that I thought I would use is to to have one army kind of lined up along here, bring the second army and sort of line it up along there, so as to kind of try to force an outflank in some sense. So I'm not fielding it as one large army, I'm fielding it as two separate armies. I don't really have a lot of cav. I've got this equities here, and on the other side I've got actually no cav, right? But I've got the war dogs. So it was generally what I set out to do. These guys need a bit more training to catch up, right? They're a bit slow. Had a big lunch.
Stand up straight. You are warriors, not second.
So you can see the beginning part is just positioning. They're waiting for me to attack them. I can sort of take my time a bit to position. Position these guys. There are the Molossan war dogs. Some of my missile troops. Mercenary coastal levies. Coming up to the veteran legionaries. Bigalies. Over here the legionaries and so on. So
Riders on me!
that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm not sure with this sort of large battles really what the best sort of field strategy is. Should I have just used one large formation, or should I have indeed broken it down into smaller groups? One of the problems I find is trying to coordinate everything in such a large battle. I think you do need to set things up in such a way that the formation can take care of itself, because you just can't click it on each and every unit to tell it the best thing to do.
Any man who dies will answer to me at tomorrow's roll call.
So, especially true with cavalry. I mean, with cavalry, you do need to kind of micromanage them to get the best effect from them. And while you're doing that, it's if you have several cavalry units, in any case, while you're doing that, the rest of the army really needs to be able to just take care of itself. So I kind of take my time, I'm just edging the army forward, getting what I think is a nice angle of attack. See how these guys are a bit closer now. The enemy decides that it needs to reform its position based on the angle, I guess, that I've brought into the gameplay. So it's sort of shifting around a little bit. Or at least it will do in a minute when it comes up. I thought it was then. So just taking my time. The first thing that I do is I use the war dogs to attack in there, to attack there, and I've got some other war dogs. I hit these javelin men and slingers, and you'll see how the trade-off comes. Basically kills them. And it seems to be a fair trade-off. Gets rid of some of their missile fire up front. Another army is moving in further. Slowly closing in.
Go on, get them!
So here you can see that I've unleashed the war dogs that will come down of units of war dogs, Molossan war dogs. And they're great, you know, they just keep killing. When they've killed the unit that they've been set on. It just kills these units off. Pretty vicious. So that unit's gone. This unit's now. These slingers are wavering. They're about to go. The dogs, you know, dogs are now going down. And they're attacking the hoplites a bit. Kill a few of those. The Thoris spears. You know. Oh, that was a good one. So the slingers also, I brought in another pack of dogs that I had, and I mean the actual trainers back there, the handlers, kind of broken and they sort of run off. But these dogs nevertheless fight on. And there's not much the enemy's doing. They're not saying, well, they're just taking it, right? Now they go on to the next group. Thoris spears. That's a lot of dogs. I've got some other dogs in my other army there. I use them as well. Now I bring in the attack. This is where they really repositioned. Not exactly sure that was the best thing to do for them, but nevertheless, that's what happened. They're sort of trying to, I guess, shift their force to one side. Have these Bigalees, I think, the cavalry. So you've got a front line here. There's their line moving up. Then with the cavalry over here, and there's a bit of a battle going on, essentially separately, between legionaries and cavalry. This is actually perhaps part of the weakest part of my defense over here. All that came from those legionaries that I moved in. Pretty awesome. So, you know, all that's taking place. And we've got these front lines here. Militia hoplites coming in. Pikemen. You can see I've got things like fear, I think, from the general there. Intimidate. The fear that I put on these guys from my general. there's a wall of pikemen up against some principes. More pikemen in the back there taking missile fire. Oh, so there's that, and then just panning across this front line, you know. We've got these legionaries here, I think of, yeah. Hitting these Thoros spears, militia hoplites and principes. Going further across the battlefield, there's principes taking militia hoplites. I had some legionaries that weren't really doing much against this, where there's so many things happening. It's hard to make sure that they're all doing something, but at least the legionaries do fire upon units that come past them. These pikemen finish off my levies. I wish these legionaries had gone in and got a rear charge there, but they didn't do that. And here we've got the legionaries up against, again, hoplites and mercenary Thoros spears. So this is a really, large front line. Just stuff happening everywhere. On this side of the battle, I because he shifted a lot of his forces onto that side, I kind of won over here, so I'm bringing stuff around now, cleaning up some of the last bit there, but bringing stuff around to get rear attacks, which is part of the strategy. But because he shifted a lot of his force on this side, I was kind of weakened. Could make a movie out of this, huh? There's another line down here. See, eventually his skirmish cavalry kind of gave up. Here's his picked hoplites. I think that's one of his stronger forces. And I think I withdrew some of my legionaries back into the main part of the fight. Legionaries there, I think, got some missile fire. So it brings that in there. So there's this fight going on. It's kind of weak. But because, I had more or less won over here, I was in a position then where I could outflank him a lot. Killed those cavalry off. These pikemen, I think, are now done. Just killing the last of them. So now the last part of the fight is over here. They're taking a lot of missile fire, and I've gone and used Intimidate again here, so they shouldn't have too long. There's his picked Hippocrates retreating over there. They've given up. They're broken. Now we've just got to run them down. Get some ends around here. One last unit there of pikemen. That came off quite well. Quite nice. So looking at the outcome, have a look at these Molossus War Dogs, the kills that they got. Pretty good, really. So as I said, about 5,000 almost each. I was a little bit outnumbered, not much. I got almost 5,000 kills. So that was pretty sweet. Pikeman killed quite a bit there, it seems. That's the most one, but for me it looks like the Molossus War Dogs. I just feel a whole heap of Molossus War Dogs next time and see how I go.